Hey everyone, happy Thursday. I hope you have had the most amazing week. And my advice to all of you, you can create a brand new reality today with your thinking. And that's one of the reasons I'm so excited to have my friend Dr. Gilles with me today, because we're going to talk to you about how do you stay on purpose in the world of chaos, which, you know what? Don't we always live in a little bit of chaos? It's just been a new chaos this past year. So, Dr. Gilles, welcome. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks, Dr. Barbara. It's a pleasure. Here I am in Marietta. You're in Alaska, and we're doing this like we were sitting across from each other on the table.
Right? So exciting. I love technology. So, how do you stay on purpose? Like, you have a ton on your plate, and yet you're able to just stay on purpose and bam, bam, bam. How do you do that?
Tell you, probably the most important thing that I discovered years ago was to have a very clear, defined purpose statement for myself that allows me to live what I refer to as moments of significance. So I live my life very intentionally. And on a daily basis, I recite my own purpose statement. My purpose statement is really simple. It got whittled down over the years, but it's really simple. I pledge my life to my greatest expression of love and service for the benefit of humanity. So basically, everything that I do needs to fit on that foundational philosophy that I've chosen for my own life. And so when you focus on that, you get to live significantly the way you want to live your own significance. And so I learned over time that whatever it is that's going on in my life, I either need to make it happen, eliminate it, automate it, or delegate it. And when you're focused on purpose, you get to live a life of significance. And, I've had a few great mentors. I've had a number of mentors, but I've had a few really, really great mentors in my life. And one of them that really taught me about purpose was the late Dr. Wayne Dyer. And Wayne, was a prolific writer, but Wayne was a prolific writer because he was a prolific reader. He read ancient philosophy. He read just thousands and thousands of books. And from that, he was able to expand his own thinking, his own life, and then share this wisdom with the world. And one of those philosophers that he read, who had died centuries before Wayne ever heard about him, was an ancient philosopher by the name of Patanjali. And there's a quote from Patanjali. Well, I'm going to paraphrase. I don't know the quote by heart, but I'm going to paraphrase this. Apparently, at one point, Patanjali was asked, why is having a purpose for your life so important? And he said, because when people are on purpose, they get to live a life of significance. And that led me to want to find my own purpose statement, obviously. But the way Wayne shared that information, apparently Patanjali said, because when people are on purpose, they're inspired. And when they're inspired, what they discover is that their thoughts break their bonds. Their mind transcends limitations. Their consciousness expands in every direction. And dormant forces, faculties, and talents come alive. And you discover yourself to be a better person by far than you ever dreamt possible. So I ask, any audience, how many times have you been held in bondage by your thoughts? How many times have you had thoughts inside of you that just limit you? If you lived a purposeful life, if you find your purpose and you make a conscious choice to live a purposeful life, then all of a sudden, these thoughts break their bonds. Your mind starts to transcend limitations. And the gifts and talents that you already have, by the way, that you may not see on a daily basis, they actually come alive. So which means that you come alive, that there's no talent that you need that you don't already own. Now, it doesn't mean you may not have to expand on that talent, but I believe that everyone's got the seeds of greatness inside of them. But so often, number one, they don't know they're there. And number two, some of them know they're there, but they don't take time to water them. They don't take time to nurture them. So my philosophy, so that I get to live a life that I enjoy and to live a life that I would consider significant for me, is that I focus on that. And I focus on what I'm grateful for. So, the last words that I consciously input into my brain before I fall asleep at night is, when I awaken tomorrow morning, I will greet the day with love in my heart, every person, every situation, every circumstance. And then I close that statement out because that's what I choose for my life. And so when I awaken in the morning, I'll just repeat that. As I awaken, I greet this day with love in my heart, every person, every situation, every circumstance, because I choose to make my life sacred. And so I've learned that what I input into here actually matters.
So
Whoever
much.
I rent the upstairs to is going to win. So
Yeah.
I choose to rent the upstairs to thoughts that actually support my purpose and then empower me to actually act on that.
I love that. And, I thought you were going to say a famous philosopher, Wallace Wattles. Do you know Wallace Wattles?
Yeah, is that Acres of Diamonds?
I know him for The Science of Getting Rich.
The science, yes. Okay, yes. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. So can I share with you a new reality that I've been playing with that I think you'll love this?
Of course.
So do you know how to use all of the facets of one of these?
No.
I don't either. Like, I'm pretty proud of myself. I know how to use the flashlight. I can take a video, send a couple of text, emails, right? Like, I definitely don't know how to use this in its fullest capacity. It has an operating system that can do amazing things, but I don't know how to tap into all of that. And here's the cool thing. So when we were born, you, me, everyone else, God gave us an operating system. It's called our knowing, our innate intelligence, that has so much on offer for us. And we're all given this same operating system, knowing, innate intelligence, right?
Absolutely.
So as we expand our consciousness, more becomes available to us from the operating system. So here's the deal. Every day when we wake up, we have access to that operating system. And every single one of us has 1,440 minutes. So I've been intrigued lately by Elon Musk because now he's the leader of the wealthiest man on the planet, right? Yep. But here's the thing. He has the exact same operating system that you and I have, and the same inventory every morning, 1,440 minutes. So what's different? He's learned how to tap into his knowing, his operating system at a level we haven't discovered yet. But it's all available to you, to me, to Carly, to everyone.
I mean, and I always say everybody wakes up in the morning with a completely blank canvas. There's no painting on your canvas when you wake up in the morning. You get an opportunity to paint whatever canvas you want today. And so many people move into today because of whatever happened tomorrow, instead of seeing today as a completely new canvas. And which is why one of the statements are,
I don't know what happened. So I'm going to fill in the blanks for a second here and let you know that your thinking creates your reality. Like yesterday, the only thing that you have from yesterday is your thinking. And the only thing that you have for tomorrow is your thinking. Your thinking creates your reality. Your thinking also creates what you will see. So if I believe that every person on this planet is in alignment to make my life better, my radar is going to pick up on all of that truth. If, on the other hand, my thinking says people are out to get me, no one wants to be healthy, the world is a terrible place, my radar is going to be up in order to spot that, to make my thinking true. So you get to choose through your thinking the exact reality that you want to have. And that thinking comes from your thoughts or your mind's energy. And like Dr. Gilles was just saying, like, what are you putting into your mind? Who are you surrounding yourself with? All of that trickles down to your thoughts. When you indulge in a thought, you get your thinking. Your thinking drives your emotions. You cannot feel anything you don't first think. And here's the other thing. You cannot control my thinking. Only I get to control my thinking. So only I create my own emotions. And those emotions then lead to behaviors. And those behaviors move me forward in the direction of my purpose, right? So if like the National Institutes of Health have done a bunch of research, and what their research indicated was that we have, as human beings, between 12,000 and 60,000 thoughts per day. 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts per day. They're all over the place based on your thinking, based on what you put in your mind, right? So they also found out that 80% of those thoughts are negative in nature, and that 98% are recycled from yesterday. So if 80% are negative and recycled from yesterday, what kind of emotions do you think that gives us? Negative. Unless you change what you're putting into your mind. And every day you wake up with whatever your mantra, every day you wake up and listen to inspiring authors, or every day you choose to wake up and listen to Christian music, or whatever inspires you to stay on purpose. And remember, your purpose is your roadmap. Your purpose is what drives you forward. So in wrapping this up, I want to tell you, your thinking creates your reality, and you get to choose whatever thoughts you want to entertain in order to create your thinking to drive your emotions. Thinking is your magic wand. And I'm waving my magic wand in positive ways because that's the reality that I want to live. I hope this has been helpful to you. Dr. Gilles and I will jump on another Facebook Live to finish up this discussion because it didn't quite go exactly as we planned. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you again probably tomorrow. Bye.